Mom said I deliberately tricked Sarah into going to the cemetery, triggering her heart condition and nearly killing her. Furious, she shoved me into a coffin and hammered the lid shut. You need to understand the fear Sarah went through. If I don't teach you a lesson, you'll never learn. Darkness enveloped me, thick and suffocating. I pounded on the coffin walls, crying, apologizing, pleading. But Mom wouldn't listen. So, you're scared now? Good. Think about what you did. Then they dumped the coffin with me trapped inside somewhere deep in the woods. I screamed, clawing at the wooden lid until my lungs burned and vision blurred. A week later, Mom finally remembered. All you have to do is apologize to Sarah and we'll move on. She didn't realize I had been dead for days. Meanwhile, back home, life went on as if nothing happened. Mom, Dad, France was amazing. I almost don't want to leave. We should do this every year, Sarah said, her arm looped through Mom's, smiling from ear to ear. But next time we should bring Amy, she added cheerfully. At the mention of my name, Mom's face twitched with irritation. Sarah, you're too kind. Amy is always giving you trouble, yet you still think about her? Even bringing back gifts? She doesn't deserve it. Dad's expression hardened. Your mother's right. Amy's a bad influence. If she weren't family, I would have kicked her out years ago. He stepped out to take a work call, leaving Mom and Sarah behind. Mom led Sarah toward the walk-in closet. Don't even bring her up. The dress for your sweet 16 just arrived. The butler, Mr. Peterson, hesitated, clutching her purse. Mrs. Thompson, the younger miss, she's still in that space. She hasn't been home for a week. Mom paused, annoyed but calm. Let her stay a few more days. Maybe then she'll understand what she did. Mr. Peterson swallowed nervously. It's been a week, ma'am. She's had no food or water. I said I understand. Mom cut him off sharply. Send someone to get her later. If she truly apologizes to Sarah, maybe I'll forgive her. Inside the closet, Sarah squealed with excitement. Mom's lips softened into a smile as she helped Sarah try on the new dress, taking photos and cooing over her daughter's joy. Mom, don't be mad about Amy. I'm sure she didn't mean to hurt me. I'm fine, Sarah said, hugging her. Mom nodded, stroking her hair. Apologies will fix everything. You're too good, Sarah. I watched, invisible and bitter. My presence could not disrupt their joy. I was dead. Death had freed me from that coffin, from the darkness and pain. Blood had seeped through the cracks in the wood, but no one was around to notice. Even as a ghost, the terror clung to me. Later, Mom handed Sarah her heart medication, scolding gently. Even if the doctors say you're okay, you must take care of yourself. Sarah's voice was sharp with false blame. If Amy hadn't dragged me to that cemetery full of coffins, this wouldn't have happened. Mom's expression hardened with cruel satisfaction. She deserved it. Let her lie in a coffin. Let her feel fear like she made you feel. Sarah, you should have heard her scream, Mom said later, a cruel smirk on her lips. I wanted to cry. No one could see me. Covered in blood and broken bones, I had been dragged from the hospital and locked away in the wilderness, the coffin nailed shut, so I couldn't escape. You need to understand the fear Sarah felt. If I don't teach you a lesson, you'll never learn. I banged against the wood, gasping and pleading.
Mom.
I'm sorry. Please. Let me out. I'll never do it again. I don't want to die. She didn't remember my claustrophobia, my terror of confined spaces dating back to the time Sarah had locked me in a closet for a whole day and night. My chest burned, my lungs begged for air. I wanted out no matter what it cost. But Mom didn't care. It's too late for apologies, she said coldly that night. So, you're scared now? Think about what you did. Her footsteps faded, leaving me in suffocating darkness. I struggled, but eventually, oxygen ran out. My eyes closed. Then I opened them again as a ghost. Fueled by rage, I drifted silently, watching Mom and Dad in France with Sarah, taking photos, eating, laughing, imagining a future without me. They had forgotten me. After Sarah took her medicine, her voice carried softly. Mom, when Amy comes back and apologizes, we'll forgive her, right? We're still family. Mom's eyes blazed with anger. Amy is no longer family. After she nearly killed your brother, I stopped seeing her as my daughter. I scoffed silently. The killer is right here, Mom. You just can't see her. When Sarah napped, Mom finally decided to retrieve me. She and Mr. Peterson drove to the wilderness. Amy, are you proud now? You knew Sarah's heart was weak, And you sent her to that cemetery at night. You've hurt everyone. Even though you have my blood, I can't forgive you. You've been vicious from the start. I should have ended this the day you were born. Mom still believed I would apologize. But I was already dead. The bodyguards pried the coffin open. A stench filled the air. They covered their noses and stepped back in horror. Mr. Peterson ran to the car, panic-stricken. Ma'am, I think something's happened to Miss Amy. Mom sneered, dismissive. She's just pretending, she muttered. Then Sarah's voice came through the phone, trembling and full of tears. Mom, I had a nightmare. I dreamed I died in the cemetery. My heart hurts. Please come home. I don't want to die. Panic overtook Mom instantly. Hold on, Sarah. I'm coming. Nothing's going to happen to you. I won't let Amy get away with this, Mom added, her voice shaking with determination. She'll have to beg for your forgiveness. I felt numb. Even after years of pain and abuse, I still clung to the fragile hope that one day, somehow, they would see me, that Mom and Dad would finally care. I'd worked tirelessly, chasing perfect grades just to earn a passing glance. I had prayed for Mom in the temple during her hospital stays. I had taken a hit for Dad in a car accident, leaving my body broken for life. All in vain. Sarah's comfort always came first. My life, my suffering, meant nothing. Meanwhile, the bodyguards struggled to open the coffin. When they finally did, horror froze them in place. My body lay there, bloodied, battered, fingers mangled, my face streaked with dried tears. White maggots crawled over my skin, feasting on decay. The smell of rot mixed with filth filled the air. Several men vomited on the spot. Mr. Peterson collapsed in shock, his hands shaking. Ma'am, Miss Amy, she's dead. You need to come back. Mom's hand trembled, then a sneer crossed her lips as she processed it. Mr. Peterson, are you trying to trick me? After 20 years of service, I won't hold it against you. Tell Amy she has to beg Sarah for forgiveness, or I'll act like she never existed. I laughed silently. Mom, I'm already dead. Your daughter no longer exists. Mr. Peterson's voice shook. Ma'am, I swear she's really gone. Mom glared out the window, incredulous. Do you think I'm that naive? Someone like her doesn't die so easily. I won't be fooled by lies. She slammed the phone down, frustrated. At the hospital, the doctor reassured her. Sarah's heart was fine. It had probably just been a bad dream. Mom stayed by her side, insistently protective. Sarah, I'm not leaving you. I'll stay here. Sarah's pale hand grasped hers. Mom, will Amy be sad if we don't let her out? Where is she? Mom's voice hardened with anger. Amy went too far. She lied about being dead just to get attention. She still doesn't understand what she did. Sarah, I'll make things right. When Amy shows up, don't defend her. If murder weren't illegal, I wouldn't let her walk out alive. I laughed bitterly. Murder is illegal, but abuse wasn't? And she had already tried to kill me once. Mom took her phone and removed me from the blocked list, calling repeatedly. Every time it went straight to voicemail. Frustrated, she slammed her phone onto the floor. Sarah jumped, startled. Sarah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. Amy hurt you and refuses to apologize. I won't let her get away with it. Sarah hugged her smugly. Mom would soon learn that a dead daughter can't apologize. In the early hours, Mom began to worry. Perhaps Mr. Peterson's words replayed in her mind. She called him and drove out to the wilderness. The sky was pitch black. A few guards led the way, flashlights trembling in their hands. Seeing my body the previous day had shaken them to the core. Mom followed, her expression cold and unreadable. Suddenly, a guard's cry broke the silence. Mrs. Thompson, the body, it's gone. Mom paused, then approached the coffin with a sardonic smile. Amy's alive. Where's the body? Mr. Peterson, what trick is this? He stared at the empty coffin, speechless. How could this be? I put the lid back this afternoon to prepare the body and call the funeral home. Other guards tried to reason, but Mom cut them off. Enough. If you want a career in acting, maybe you've found your calling. But telling me my daughter is dead? Pathetic. Do your jobs or leave. I hovered silently, seeing the blood-stained grass and pieces of my broken fingers in the moonlight. Even in death, I couldn't protect my body. Mom glared at the coffin. Amy, hide if you want. I don't care. You killed my son, so alive or dead. It doesn't matter. My only regret is bringing you into this world. I whispered to myself. I wish she hadn't. Then, maybe I wouldn't have suffered so much. Even before birth, I was meant to be a mistake. The doctor had urged Mom to terminate the pregnancy. She ignored the warning, claiming I had responded to her in the womb. Mom used to love me. After I was born, Sarah was always sick, needing constant attention. But Mom didn't neglect me. When Sarah received gifts, I got them too. She would tell me stories after Sarah fell asleep, hugging me as I drifted off to sleep. She whispered that she loved me and would always be there for me. Now, all that love had turned to hatred. Now, she had killed me. Trapped in the coffin, I begged her, "Mom, I'm scared. Please don't put me in there. I don't want to die." Her voice was ice cold. "Amy, you've done far too much wrong. Death won't even be punishment enough. Don't expect my sympathy. I feel nothing for you." I struggled until my last breath, desperate to clear my name. I wanted to live. Since there was no body in the coffin, Mom eventually left, returning to the hospital to stay with Sarah. No sooner had she sat down than Sarah woke from a nightmare. "Mom, Amy still won't see me? I already forgave her. Sisters shouldn't fight. Maybe she's just jealous that you and Dad are so perfect," Mom said. "Don't blame Amy. I don't want her to be sad," Sarah replied. Mom sighed, hugging her. "Sarah, why are you so good and Amy isn't? If she were half as kind as you, she wouldn't have done these things," Sarah said. "I never imagined even my teacher would worry about me." 3 days later, she called Mom. "Hello, is this Amy's mother? I'm Amy's teacher." Sarah returned to school, but Amy hasn't. "Is she okay?" Mom, busy shopping for Sarah, sounded annoyed. "If she's skipping class, fine. She's not like her sister. Don't worry about her." The teacher hesitated. "Amy always gets top grades. She never skips. And she didn't go on vacation with you." Mom cut her off. "Take care of your own students. Goodbye." Her dismissive tone confirmed what I already knew. If she cared, she would know I never skipped school. She always prided herself on obedient children. Then the phone rang again. Mom answered, irritated. "I already told you. Amy can skip school." "I don't care." The caller interrupted. "Are you Amy's mother?" "A tourist found a body attacked by wild animals. DNA confirms it's Amy Thompson. This is the precinct." Mom's smile vanished. "What?" "Say that again." She bolted for the garage, tripping over her own feet. Her panic was raw and terrifying. The last time she looked like this was when she miscarried. She ordered the driver to take her to the precinct, gripping her shirt for support. There must be some mistake. How could Amy be dead? "Mom, you killed me." There was no way to survive a week of starvation, suffocation, and brutal abuse. At the morgue, Dad was already waiting. He sighed as she arrived. "You're here. Let's go inside." Mom didn't answer, frozen. We tried to restore her body, but it was beyond repair, the worker said, pulling the sheet down. Dad turned away. Mom screamed. "No, how could Amy end up like this?" My body was mangled, more ruined than anyone could have imagined. The medical examiner delivered the final report. The victim suffered severe abuse and died of suffocation 10 nights ago. Afterwards, the body was attacked by a bear. A bear. That explained the coffin's damage. Mom collapsed. Was it shock? Fear of the law? I didn't believe she mourned me. Dad cried. I didn't care. They had screamed at me while I lived. Now they wept. Too little, too late. The police promised to investigate, leaving Mom restless. That night, she awoke, shivering with regret and disbelief. "Amy, I didn't mean to hurt you. I only wanted to punish you. I didn't seal the coffin. People don't die in 7 days. I didn't kill you." She jumped out of bed, grabbed her keys, and drove to the wilderness, reckless and frantic. Flashlight in hand, she traced the coffin. How? The holes, why are they sealed? Mud filled the gaps, mud with fingerprints. She had her assistant investigate. My cries for help had been heard. Who killed me? Mom locked herself in her room, refusing food. Even Sarah's manipulations couldn't reach her. Everyone now knew I was dead. Sarah feigned tears, comforting Mom and Dad. She should have been celebrating. Now she was the only child. 2 days later, the assistant brought answers. I looked at them. I wasn't shocked. It all made sense. It was Sarah. Jealous, bitter, angry that I had received love and attention she craved. She blamed me for her brother's death and had tampered with the coffin, filling holes with mud to make it appear as though I had died. Mom refused to believe it. Even with proof, she still thought I was lying. Security footage confirmed it. Sarah had snuck out, carried out the deception. Taxi records corroborated the story. That night, Sarah returned home, pretending to be sad, hugging Mom. The perfect little actor, masking her hatred behind feigned grief. Mom, do you finally understand? We're all hurting, but we have to move forward.
You still have me.
I'll always be here for you. Mom staggered back, shocked. Sarah, why did you kill Amy? Panic flickered across Sarah's face. Mom, what are you saying?
I
don't know. Sarah, we have proof. Dad slammed his hand on the table, demanding attention. The assistant projected the evidence onto the wall. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Sarah snatched the papers, her expression hardening.
Cold.
How can you accuse me of killing Amy? Mom did it. She beat her, buried her alive. I just freed Amy from her suffering. Even if I hadn't, she wouldn't have survived 7 days. Mom killed Amy, she added, voice steady. Sarah was right. If Mom hadn't sealed those holes, I could have survived. Mom's hand shot out, slapping her. You can get the death penalty for murder. Sarah laughed, cruel and defiant. Mom, why are you suddenly worried? You hated her. You didn't even want a second child. You only ever cared about Amy. If anything, it's your fault. If only you'd poisoned her sooner. Silence fell, heavy and suffocating. The truth surfaced. Sarah had tampered with Mom's medication while Mom was pregnant with me. Her motive? Rejection. She had been denied by Zach and decided I would pay the price. Mom went pale. You killed my child. Sarah's laughter rang cold. I don't deny it, she said, smirking. Dad's anger erupted. He smashed a glass against the table. Now you have only one daughter. You better treat me better. Sarah walked away, triumphant. Mom, broken and sobbing, clutched my photos. It's my fault, Amy. I'm so sorry. How can I ever make this right? She flipped through my journal, reading page after page filled with my longing for love. Her hands gripped the amulet she once threw at my face, now a token of regret. The police arrived the next morning. For the first time, Mom truly tried to protect me. She handed over every piece of evidence, surrendering herself to justice. Amy, this is all I can do for you now. I hope you can forgive me. Sarah was arrested. She screamed, furious and entitled. How dare you? I'm your only daughter. She was sentenced to death. Mom was also taken into custody. On the way to prison, her mind fractured. She ran through streets, asking strangers if they had seen her daughter Amy. She died soon after, broken by guilt and despair. Dad lost everything, a shadow of the man he once was. Then, light, pure and radiant. A white glow surrounded me. New voices, new love, new parents calling out. In my next life, I would finally be happy.